This is the great cup of unbiased that I keep. It's just a good reminder to you, my friends, that I don't take sides in this. Well, I don't enter these stories with a particular bias. Some people do, but that's none of my business. Anyway, let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to DDA on F1, where today we're gonna be talking about something called perspective. That probably sounds like a boring topic, but what if I told you that I'm about to talk about these ex-bros? Yeah, it's gonna be good. Buckle up. Let me set the stage for you for this incident in the fairest way possible. 2016 was the final iteration in what was known in my household as the Hamilton versus Rosberg title fight saga. A lot has already been covered and said, even on YouTube, on the rivalry between these two wonderful gentlemen. And so I wanted to dive deeper in a specific situation, which has been covered, but I feel like I have a different view of things. You know what I mean? So if you've already seen content about this rivalry, you'll know and you'll be familiar with some of the more famous events. But I thought, what better way to ring in the Spanish Grand Prix weekend than with a little rewind to the most dramatic moment of the 2016 Formula One season. Hands down. I'm gonna show you a clip. I want you to watch it, and I want you to do two things for me. Number one, I want you to keep an open mind as to what you're about to see. And number two, I want you to take a side. Whose fault was this incident? Okie dokie, artichokey. Here we go.
Around turn 3 we go, and it's Nico Rosberg, and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate. The two Mercedes come together as Hamilton tried to pass.
You've probably seen it on my channel before, and if you haven't, it's one of the incidents that I refer to in my wildly popular video about the arrival of Carlos Sainz to Ferrari. If for some crazy reason you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here for you to enjoy more content. Back to the story. While I admire their approach to Formula One, I don't particularly support the what do they call themselves nowadays? The Mercedes. Hang on, I have to read it because it's pretty long. The Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula One team. Now, I'm not really a supporter of their team or their drivers. They're all great people, I'm sure. But in the words of the late Tupac Shakur, I'm a tifosi till the day I die. You could bring your crew, but we remain true. It's just the truth. It's just the way it is. I'm a tifosi. It's never gonna change. Whatever your feelings on them are, as a fan of the sport, there's one thing that always unites us when incidents like what you just watched occur. Whose fault it actually is. For me, easy, dude. Nico closed the door way too late. He was in the wrong engine mode. He didn't give any space. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Post-race, Nico said this: I came out of turn 3 and realized I was down on power with the wrong engine mode selected. Lewis was closing in. I decided to make a clear move to the right-hand side as soon as possible to close the door and show him that wasn't an option. I was very surprised that Lewis went for the inside anyway. Lewis said, coming out of turn 3, I was catching Nico really quickly and went for the gap on the right. I had part of my car alongside, but then had to take to the grass. What Lewis says next is straight out of the book of this guy.
You no longer go for a gap that exists. You're no longer a racing driver.
As you can imagine, as a Ferrari tifosi, without the Mercedes, I thought that my guys were going to pounce on the Red Bull team. They had some drivers you may have never heard of named Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. And I thought they're going to catch him, they're going to pass him, and it's going to be a 1-2 for my team in Barcelona. Not only was that not the case, but imagine my horror when I find out after the race that people are actually blaming Lewis for that incident. Niki freaking Lauda, never known for speaking his mind and speaking directly, said this.
Stupid. It's very simple for me. It was a miscalculation and Lewis hit. I blame him more than Nico. For the team and for Mercedes, it is unacceptable. Lewis was too aggressive to pass him, and why should Nico give him room? He was in the lead. It is completely unnecessary for me. The disaster is that all Mercedes are out after 2 corners.
That's a terrible Austrian Niki Lauda impression, but I did my best. And I respect the late Niki Lauda. He is a 3-time world champion with the credentials to adjudicate stuff like this sometimes. And I hate to say it, but, even Sky Sports was on my side. Now, I know Sky Sports tends to be a little bit more, how do I say this? They pay attention to what Lewis is doing a lot. And that's with reason. Lewis has had a brilliant Formula One career from start to now. Worried that I was losing my mind, I decided to reach out to some of my friends, some of my more avid Formula One friends, to get their perspective on the incident. Now, please bear in mind, my friends don't live in this country and as such don't speak English very well, so I had to speak in their native tongues. This is what they said. Bonjour mon ami!
Oui, allô? Salut Didier, comment vas-tu, mec?
Pas mal, comme ci, comme ça.
Impeccable, impeccable.
Je veux te demander des questions sur le Grand Prix d'Espagne en 2016. C'est de Lewis Hamilton et Nico Rosberg. Tu sais la chose, tu sais?
Franchement, c'est un truc difficile. Mais pour moi, à mon avis, je pense que c'est complètement la faute de Hamilton. Oui, je pense qu'il a essayé de passer à Rosberg dans une manière trop agressive, c'est un peu fou. Et en tout cas, Rosberg a tout le droit de fermer la porte, quoi. Donc, pour moi, c'est facile.
Donc, tu penses que c'est la faute?
Voilà.
C'est la faute de Hamilton?
Complètement.
Bon.
Oh là.
Je pense que c'est Rosberg. Bon.
Ouais.
À plus.
Ok.
Bye
ciao.
bye.
À plus.
Dios mi amigo.
Didier. Hola Didier, ¿cómo estás?
I'm good. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, aquí. ¿Cómo qué te puedo ayudar?
Yo te quiero preguntar sobre el incidente de Hamilton y Rosberg.
Claro, el incidente en España.
En España. ¿Quién fue la culpa de lo que pasó?
Bueno, creo que es un tema muy delicado.
Delicado.
La verdad, creo que... ¿Sabes que el motor de Rosberg estaba en un modo incorrecto, ¿verdad? Sí, entonces... Yo creo que, la verdad, Rosberg cerró la puerta muy tarde. Y por eso es que creo que fue la culpa de Rosberg. Pero... es algo muy difícil, pero sí, todo completamente la culpa de Rosberg. Hamilton trató y Rosberg cerró la puerta muy tarde.
Cerró la puerta muy tarde. Bueno, muchísimas gracias.
Okay, amigo.
Bye.
Saludos. Chao.
As you can see, opinions and viewpoints vary greatly in this incident. So, what do you guys and gals think? Who do you think was at fault for the incident? Comment down below and let me know. But before you do that, no, hang on. I want to add a little extra data point to your determination. Follow me here. You see, I was searching the internet the other day, doing some more research about the incident. I remember it clearly, but I wanted to see more of the aftermath. And I caught this clip of Niki Lauda talking to Graham Bensinger about the incident. Here we go. I'll roll the tape right here.
I asked Lewis to come down to Ibiza to speak to me personally, which he certainly did. And then I said to Lewis, that red light flashing on the back of the cars today means that you do not have full power because the battery pack is not putting electricity in the engine. When that light flashes, you know you have 150 horsepower less. Therefore, we have this light installed, older cars. And I said to Lewis, when you followed him, did you see the red light flashing? Sure I did. Why did you go on the inside? You know he has 150 horsepower less. Why didn't you pass him easy on the outside?
I mean, I can see his point. He does speak the driver's language. He's not just some rich tycoon billionaire that has no understanding of the sport. He can speak to drivers. He was one. But I wanna entertain you with what Lewis did with that advice, because that's so important. Now, I'm not here to villainize Nico Rosberg. I mean, he is a world champion, right? But I'd like to give you some future context. 4 races later, Austrian Grand Prix, the home of Niki Lauda. Last lap. Okay,
to the final lap of this race, Nico Rosberg, who started from 6th on the grid, heads his teammate by 0.6 of a second, who started on pole. Rosberg never won a Grand Prix
it's
from
hammer time.
outside
Here we
the
go.
top 3.
Hey, look at this. This is close. Hamilton got a fantastic drive out of turn 1.
So here he goes then. Is this hammer time? Lewis
Outside.
Hamilton wheel to wheel with Nico Rosberg in towards turn 2. His teammates got the
Either
inside
way, they
line.
were gonna
They've touched again.
Either way.
Hamilton runs wide.
I'll let you make your peace with that. Comment down below, just give me some of your thoughts here. Post-race, Nico would go on and try to defend his actions yet again. I'm gonna read this because it's a good one. My brakes overheated on the last lap. That changed the brakes a lot, and the pedal. I was still in a good position to defend, and I had the inside line, and it's my corner, on the inside. I was very surprised that Lewis decided to turn in. Oh, you mean you were surprised that Lewis decided to go on the outside and turn right at a right-hand corner when he was already offline, and you weren't even in the inside to defend what you wanted to defend, which was the inside. Instead of being here, you were here. So it had no bearing as to whose corner it was. You just didn't want to let Lewis by. That makes the whole Barcelona incident just a little bit different for me. What about you? Let me know down below. I want to hear everything. I want to hear everything. I want to hear it all. Anyways, perspective is important in this sport. It's the thing that makes this sport such a great thing. There's so many data points, so much information being thrown at us, but your point of view, the way you digest that information is unique and it's important. And that's why Formula One, to me, is such an amazing experience. And for the last time, if you resonate with anything that I'm saying, comment down below, like this video, and subscribe, and maybe even hit the bell notification so that you know when more stuff like this comes out. Currently, I'm sitting at 33 subscribers. If you think that that's a travesty and I should have more, again, like, comment, and share this video. To borrow a great phrase from another YouTuber, spread it like butter. I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. And as Barcelona's about to happen this weekend, I can't tell you just how excited I am. I hope, with everything happening in F1 right now, it's gonna bang, mate. It's gonna bang. And with that, mwah, I bid you adieu. Have a good one, and I'll see you after Barcelona. Ciao.